It's a great time to be alive. You can do almost anything you want to while exploring hobbies and living a full and happy life. Nonetheless, many people find themselves lost, bored, confused, and frustrated. Many more are finding it hard to achieve any type of measurable success. Is it possible that modern life is simultaneously affording us with more opportunities for success while also setting us up to fail? Is it possible we are being bombarded with mindset-changing paradigms that are hurting our chances of achievement? Well, through our research, we found out that the system is rigged. Society wants you to fail. Every day, you're faced with countless obstacles that are designed to hold you back. You're told that you're not good enough, that you'll never amount to anything. But why? Why does society want you to fail? Well, to answer your question, we first need to learn how the society is rigged to make us fail. Then we'll explore why they want us to fail. So without further ado, here are 3 ways the modern world is setting you up for failure. Number 1, instant gratification. In 2013, a study conducted at the University of Rochester found that the typical college student preferred an electric shock to sitting alone with their thoughts for 15 minutes. This is just one example of a phenomenon called instant gratification, where people prefer smaller, more immediate rewards to larger future rewards. In our society, this tendency is exploited by businesses that sell products and services that give us immediate gratification. For example, instead of going for a run or reading a book, both activities that have long-term benefits, we can watch Netflix or scroll through social media, activities that give us instant gratification. This preference for instant gratification is also exploited by the adult movie industry, which sells a product that is immediately available and doesn't require any effort on our part. The problem with this tendency is that it leads to an overall decline in our well-being. When we choose instant gratification over long-term benefits, we end up in a worse situation than if we had just waited for the better reward. For example, if we watch Netflix instead of going for a run, we miss out on the health benefits of exercise. And if we spend too much time looking at adult movies, we may end up with erectile dysfunction or other problems. The solution to this problem is not to totally eliminate instant gratification from our lives, which would be impossible, but to find ways to balance it with long-term benefits. For example, we can set limits on how much time we spend watching Netflix or browsing social media. By the way, if you are struggling with adult movie addiction and you need help getting rid of it so you can finally take control of your life, then check out the link in the description. We have a guide that will help you along the way. Number 2, the school system. The school system is one of the many ways society is rigged to make you fail. From a young age, you're taught that going to school and getting good grades is the key to success. But what they don't tell you is that after you graduate, you'll be thousands of dollars in debt with no guarantee of a job. And even if you do find a job, it's likely that it won't be a good one. The majority of jobs today are low-paying and offer no benefits or job security. So even if you do everything right, chances are you'll still end up struggling to make ends meet. It's no wonder so many people are angry and frustrated with the system. But it doesn't have to be this way. There are steps you can take to improve your situation and make your own path to success. Number 3, the media. The media plays a huge role in how society is rigged to make you fail. The news is full of negative stories, and it seems like every day there's another report of some new tragedy or disaster. This constant stream of bad news can have a serious impact on your mental health, causing anxiety and depression. What's more, the media tends to focus on stories that generate the most clicks and views, regardless of whether they're actually important or not. This means that you're constantly bombarded with stories about crime, natural disasters, and other negative events, even though these things are actually quite rare. All this negativity can make it seem like the world is a scary place, and it's easy to feel like you're not good enough or that you don't have what it takes to succeed. But the truth is, the world is full of opportunity, and there are plenty of people who are doing great things. You just need to find them. Now that we know the mechanism they use to make us fail, it begs the question, why? Why do they want us to fail? Well, your success is their failure. They know if you succeed, they can't control you. Weak men are easy to control. It's like the Matrix. If you break from it, they won't be able to control you any longer. Now imagine everyone is free from their control. They can't let that happen because they need weak men ready to do what they want, when they want it. So they use tools like social media, school, adult movies to create human beings that can't think for themselves. And the people at the bottom just don't seem to get it. They don't seem to wake up because people in charge try their very best to keep them distracted by making them asleep. They want you to be the slave, and they use the same playbook every time. And the sad part is people think the government care about them, while what the government want is slaves. Slaves they can use for their agenda. Slaves that will work all day and pay their taxes. The government is never going to tell you anything that is going to wake you up. That's why countless studies show that the rich and elites don't watch the news like the poor people do. Now, how do we get out if we know that everything is rigged against us to fail? So, how do you do it? Well, it starts with you. Follow these steps to break free. Number 1, you need to identify yourself. Who are you? What makes you happy? What is your passion? What do you really want to do? Not what the society tells you to do. If you can discover it, you're on your way to breaking free from the hands of society. Number 2, determine what you want out of life. Often, most people don't even know what they want out of life, but they don't work out how to get it. How could you break free if you don't even know what you want? If money or a job was out of the equation, what would you do? Would you go after your dreams and desires? You need to realize that we only get one ticket to this game we call life. And when you pass away, there is no coming back. There is no begging God that you want to restart your life. So you need to wake up and realize that you need to follow your dreams and desires that will make you happy and live a life full of excitement. Number 3, determine the resource to help you realize the goal. Would you need a mentor, a coach, or someone to help you? Would you have to develop new skills? It could be that you are financially sound and you can take care of yourself to do the work in the next 2 or 3 years to succeed. But if you don't have the resources, then you need to find a temporary job that will fund your dreams and desires. Number 4, decide how to work on the goal every day. Is it an hour or 2 a day? You can work on yourself. When you finish your day job, you will be physically and mentally drained. But you should never let that keep you from going after your goals. Yes, you will also need to forget partying during the weeks if you can work on another man's dream for 7 hours. Why can't you do the same for 2 hours when you get home? And if that is too much for you, then it's still a clear sign that you don't know what you want. And the only reason you don't know what you want is because there are certain weaknesses you have that you must learn to control. To help you out, we've created a video to show you these weaknesses. So click on the video that's showing on the left to see it, or click on the video on the right that YouTube thinks you might enjoy.